Back now on Triad Today, and always glad when we can spend a few minutes with the good folks at Alamance Community College. And this time we want to talk about welding, and since I wanted to talk about welding, I go to the person who knows all about that. With us now, Miranda Kotarba. She's instructor of the Welding Technology Program at Alamance Community College. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you.
Now, if I just ask this question outright, it's going to seem like I'm sexist or something, but actually you and I email back and forth, and you want me to say that you are not the typical, you don't look like the typical welding instructor. That's what you said in the email. Now go with that and tell me why that is in terms of whether it's a male-dominated industry or not.
Male-dominated, you tend to see it. The last couple of years, we've seen more females, of course, and then women in the workforce, of course, and a non-traditional, which means that they're in a trade, applied skill. So with that, I'm not the typical instructor. I would agree with that because my instructors were much older gentlemen and they had been in this trade for so long. I'm still very young, so a lot of people think that I don't have as much experience maybe.
I got you.
So there's that too.
Why did you want to go into this field?
Because it sounds so cliche, but when you first see it, and it's just so cool when you see welding, at least I thought it was. I was always a little bit of a pyromaniac, and I always just thought that the look of it was really, really cool, and being able to fix things or like just make different parts for something or like work on an art project. I just was always, that is super cool. I've always been a little bit more tangible and hands-on with those types of skills. I used to always love doing little art projects and like origami and stuff. So being able to see it as a different outlet for art, I was all over it.
That's cool.
So that's mostly where it started.
Yeah, and you actually, now I think you were a graduate of the welding program at Alamance, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, now what kind of welding jobs have you done before you circled back around as an instructor?
So we're in Kernersville currently. I used to work at John Deere when they were John Deere Hitachi, built excavator parts. I was on the side frame for the largest size excavator that was available. That was the 470s. A lot of repairs, a lot of fixing a robot, so taking out welds, putting in welds. I have been on jobs where we work on tiny, tiny, really small GE parts for General Electric, and it's just a little button that needs to touch a circuit board, but it's a very increment weld that needs to be
from something just microscopic all the way up to the big equipment. That's fascinating. Now, as an instructor, you just teach your folks the basics, or is there advanced instruction in that? There's
also advanced. We have advanced pipe classes to where you learn to hopefully obtain a 6G certification, which is in a 6 45-degree angle, and you have to weld an open root of two pieces of pipe that have been beveled, because the way that pipe has to be, it has to have that penetration so nothing leaks, your gas, your oil, liquids, that kind of thing. So to be able to pass that and to fill in the gap and then to cover it and to make it look good, there's a lot of practice with that. Same thing with TIG welding when we're doing pipe. We don't just teach the basics, we go all the way into you are getting a certification.
And the bottom line that's really important is you're getting these folks ready to go out into the workforce and they're ready to hit the ground running, right?
We're making them to where they at least have a good sense of everything that could be available in a welding job, to where they can be trainable and you can work with this person and say, okay, you understand this skill, but we're going to take it a little step further, because you're going to continue to learn. You don't stop learning when you're with us. You're going to keep going out and you're going to be brand new, because just because you've been welding in our shop doesn't mean that you're ready for their shop.
Right.
And what they're wanting to work on.
Have to make the transition, but I think that's great. And sometime I want to get you back and talk about the fact that you're having more and more female students in your classes and see how you sort of mentor and instruct them. So you come back sometime?
Absolutely.
Up on screen, alamancecc.edu/welding you can go to, or just the general website, alamancecc.edu. Either one. Miranda, I think it's fascinating, and I hope you will come back and we'll talk more about the program.
I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
All right.